All right, well, it's 8:30. We're going to go ahead and get started. And welcome to our eighth grade activities presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and then we'll go ahead and get started. At the end, you'll have an opportunity to send me questions through the chat, as well as get with me via email. Because of the size of the group, we're not going to go ahead and unmute people just to make sure that we're being productively using our time. All right. And here we go. So I'm really happy to announce that we're going to be able to have eighth grade activities this year. Maybe not as many as we would have liked, but the reality is we're going to do the best that we can to celebrate your accomplishments and your hard work through this very interesting and challenging time. So what are those, and what is the purpose of this presentation? So the purpose of this presentation is to make sure you don't miss out, because I want all of you to participate and to enjoy your eighth grade activities. So what are they going to be this year? So the eighth grade activities this year are going to be the field day and the promotion ceremony. So those are the activities that we're going to have. So field day is on May 24th, which is the last Monday of the school year. And then the promotion ceremony is May 25th. For those of you who are MSO students, you're going to be coming to campus on those days, as long as you're comfortable doing that. So this activity is for both face-to-face and MSO students and will be handled at the school. Okay. So in terms of what field day is like, again, this is going to be on May 24th. The cost is $20, and it's going to include your t-shirt, a pizza, soda, water slides, inflatables, and a DJ. It's going to be a really good time. So the dress code for it is going to be school appropriate shorts. So these would be shorts you would be able to wear to PE, and the eighth grade class t-shirt. So we're going to ask everyone to wear those things. And the reason for that is the water slides are going to get you wet. So you're going to want to, have some athletic clothing, and you're also going to want to make sure you bring a change of clothes, because you're going to get wet and you're going to need a change after the field day event is done. Now, in terms of eligibility, and I'm going to say this a few times, so I want to make sure everybody's got it. All eighth grade students, again, remember the word all, A-L-L, all, everyone may participate as long as they have not received OSS, out of school suspension, from April 12th through the actual day of the event. Okay, so again, that's what field day is gonna consist of. And again, you're gonna need to bring a towel, change of clothes, sunscreen, and because there's no backpacks allowed in the last week of school, it's gonna need to be in a drawstring bag. Okay, a little bit of information on field day. Now, one of the things I mentioned is the t-shirt. So we have several designs that right now are possibilities, and we will put on our school website, as well as send it out in this PowerPoint, because you're going to get a copy of this PowerPoint. It's going to be posted on the school website. But there is a Microsoft Forms voting tool that we're going to want you to use. So you're going to click on that link at some point in the near future, and then you're going to be able to choose the design for the eighth grade t-shirt. So we're going to vote, and then you're going to give us what shirt size you would need, so we can go ahead and pre-order those and get those going. Again, these are some of the designs, and you guys get to choose, because it's going to be your eighth grade shirt. Hopefully you like some of the designs. The shirt will be gray on the front, and we'll have everyone's name on the back. Again, to commemorate your eighth grade class here at Charles Rushi Middle School. And again, you have to wear your shirt to the field day. The $20 for field day includes the cost of the shirt. Okay, so again, you'll be getting that information, but we want you to vote. And again, majority wins. Hopefully you like some of the designs. You'll get to enjoy having an opportunity to pick your eighth grade shirt. So we have a 2-day kind of event going on. On Monday the 24th, you're going to be coming to school, and you're going to either be participating in the field day first, and then promotion practice second, or you'll be participating in practice first and then the field day second. Okay, so we're going to have two cohorts really going with lunch in the middle. Who you're assigned to depends on who your language arts teacher is. Okay, doesn't matter who your science or math or social studies, it's all based on language arts. So if you have Ms. Herlocker or Ms. Longa for language arts, you're in group 1. If you have Ms. Nobles or Ms. Roth for language arts, you're in group 2. And if you're somebody that has something else for language arts, get with me outside of this, but I don't believe anybody has any other than those 4 teachers unless you're taking like a Pasco eSchool English 1, and then we can talk about that. But basically you can see a little bit of your schedule. So if you're in Rough Rider SOAR, you come at the beginning of the school day, you report the first period. We're going to make an announcement telling you to go to your field day promotion ceremony rooms. You're going to be getting ready for a field day. You're going to go out. You're going to go ahead and do field day. It's going to be 2 hours outside. You're going to have an opportunity to change, clean up. You're going to eat lunch in the gym, and then there'll be a little downtime in between those. And then at 12:15, you're going to do the promotion ceremony practice. Basically, group 2 is the reverse of that. All right. So go to first period. You're going to go to your field day promotion ceremony rooms. You're going to do the practice in the morning. You're then going to eat lunch in the gym, and then you're going to change, get ready for field day. Then you're going to go outside for field day for the end of the day. Okay. So again, each group is doing something a little different, and it's to social distance and cohort, as well as to make sure there's fewer people out there so you can have as much time as possible on the water slides and in the inflatables. And again, we think you're going to have a really good time in this activity. So these are the rooms. Again, this is going to be shared with you, and the teachers will share it. And I will also be giving every one of you a little card that has what room to go to, what room number is, and what number you are in line for the promotion ceremony. Long story short, it's based by alpha. It's not based by any particular like class situation. So you're going to need to know what room to go to. These rooms are really important because they are going to help line you up for the promotion ceremony, as well as the rooms that you're going to report to for your field day. And that's where your field day stuff is going to stay, where you're going to go back to, so on and so forth. So again, more information will be shared with you, but this is basically how you're going to go. So you look at your last name, you know where you go, and then you go to that particular room, and that's going to be what we're going to call your staging rooms for both promotion ceremony or the field day. All right. So the ceremony is on the 25th. This is Tuesday. Okay. 8 o'clock for Rough Riders, 10:15, Rough Riders and SOAR. So again, Herlocker and Longa, 10:15 for Conquistadors and G Team. Our gym just simply isn't big enough to have everybody together at one time. I wish it was, but unfortunately we can't. Plus with the CDC guidelines in terms of like the amount of people we can have inside, it makes it a little bit more challenging for us. So the two teams will, or the two groups will have separate ceremonies, but we think you guys will enjoy them. One thing I do need to share, and you need to share this with your parents, and I'm probably going to be disappointed, and I wish we didn't have to do it this way, but unfortunately, we will not be able to have anybody other than the students in the ceremony and the staff. And so families are going to have to view the ceremony through live stream. We will be live streaming it. We'll be recording it. So in case it can't be there for the live stream, so they can see it. Again, we wish we could do something a little different, but unfortunately, this is the way it is. Our gym is not the biggest gym. So by the time you start adding in students into the ceremony, it would almost end up being like you could have fewer than one parent per kid, and like how does that work, right? That wouldn't be right. So the bottom line again is we're going to be doing a live stream, and this is going to be Tuesday, May 25th, and the two different times. All right. So again, this is the part that I really want everybody to understand. For eligibility, 100% of you are eligible as of today. So everybody is eligible. So the only way that you become ineligible, that you would lose eligibility for field day, is if you get out of school suspension. Okay. Now you are able to attend the promotion ceremony if you get out of school suspension, but not if you're out of school suspended for the particular day. Okay, so that makes sense. So if somebody does something foolish tomorrow and they get OSS, they would not be able to go to field day, but they would be able to go to promotion as long as they're not out of school suspended for the promotion ceremony, if that kind of makes sense. Promotion is an academic portion, whereas field day is more of a social type of event. And so again, this is some of what you're going to get to enjoy on field day: giant inflatables, water slides. I think you're going to have a really, really good time. So again, we don't want you to miss out on this, and everybody is eligible as of right now. So we don't want anybody to miss out. So again, make sure you behave yourselves, and that way you won't have any issue with being able to attend field day. So what are some things that get you OSS 100% guaranteed? Fighting, bringing something to school you shouldn't, and cursing at a staff member. Now, you guys have been a tremendously great, well-behaved group of 8th grade students, actually the entire time I've had the privilege of working with you. So I don't anticipate this being a problem for the vast, vast, vast majority of you. But I wanted to be upfront because you know me, I tell you exactly what the rules are and hope that we can make it work. So again, these are 100% guaranteed that if you do these things, you're going to get out of school suspension and miss out on field day. So what else may get you OSS? That's not the only list. Okay, so this is the part I really want you to understand. Okay, students who have had prior referrals, if you've had other referrals, you are more likely to get OSS than students who haven't had any discipline record at all. Okay, just think about that, right? You know, drivers that get a lot of tickets eventually have their license taken away. Drivers that get their first ticket sometimes can plead what's called nolo contendere and go to a traffic court, and then it goes away and they just pay a little fine. Okay, so the bottom line is just understand where your situation is. Basically, the more referrals you have, the less likely you are to be given any additional chances. But again, you're 100% eligible as of right now. And again, I want to share with you how rare students getting referrals are in your grade level. There's only 37, now there's 451 8th grade students. So 451, only 37 of those students have one or more referral, only 37. So it's 37 out of 450, right? That's a really small percentage, is 8%. With 2 or more referrals, it's only 11 students out of 450. And with 3 or more referrals, it's 4 students. So you can see those percentages are really, really, really low. And that means that 92% of you have no referrals up to this point in the school year. That's great. And we want to keep it that way. Because remember, everybody's eligible. So if you don't get any referrals between now and the end of the year, then you have nothing to worry about when it comes to field day and being eligible for field day. If you're somebody that's in that 11 or in that 4 or possibly the 37 students, which of course the 11 and the 4 are part of, right? You have to behave yourself, because if you get in trouble, you're more likely to be given something like OSS than you would be if you were somebody who hasn't gotten in trouble at all. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. So you can see we're trying to be as fair as possible to everybody. Again, everybody's eligible right now, but some of you have less opportunities for mess ups than other students, and we want you all to participate. The other thing we want to talk about is promotion to high school. Please understand that you have to pass language arts, math, science, and social studies for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade with a 60% D or higher. I'd much prefer it was much higher than the 60%. And a lot of you have really good grades, and I want to encourage you to keep working on those grades. Now, those of you who have an F for any of those 4 courses over the 3 years in middle school, you can still meet promotion requirements, but you're going to have to complete course recovery. So you need to talk to Ms. Deutschek or Mr. Deutschek, Ms. Juschel, and myself, because we want to try and see if we can get you to pass these classes before the end of the school year. Students who do not finish these courses will not be promoted, and you'll be invited to ESY. Now, again, everyone is invited to the promotion ceremony. And one of the things we're going to have you do is, after you go through the promotion ceremony, you shake people's hands, you're going to go over to a table where there'll be a folder with everybody, you know, with each person have their own folder. And in that folder will be your promotion certificate, if you're somebody who's meeting promotion standards. But if you're not, you're going to have an invitation to ESY with some information about how to recover your courses. So again, not everybody who goes through the promotion ceremony is necessarily going to be promoted. But the reason we chose to do it this way this year is because of the just the COVID pandemic and with kids going out in quarantine and coming back to school, we know this has been a tough year. And so the reality is we want to try and work with you and try and help you be as successful as possible. But again, understand that just because you go through the promotion ceremony doesn't necessarily mean you're promoted. If you do not meet promotion standards, you'll have to come to summer school to get it completed before you can move on to high school. But we didn't want to take away your opportunity to be part of the ceremony because there won't be another one of these until this time next year. And by that point, hopefully all of you will be in high school. All right. So making payment for field day, those of you who are face-to-face, your teachers have a handout that was given to them this morning to give out to you. Those of you who are on MSO, we're going to put the forms online available for you as well. But basically the forms give the same information I'm giving to you now. On the back of it, it will show you how to make payment for field day. And so you're going to log into the student quick pay. You're going to choose 8th grade field day. There's a acknowledgement of the policies, which basically says that yes, your parents are giving you permission to attend, and 2, that if you were to get OSS and miss out, you don't get a refund. You hit add to cart, make payment, and then you're good for field day. There will also be an option for you to choose the size of your t-shirt as well, because we need to make sure we have your right size. So you're going to be doing 2 things when it comes to the t-shirt. The voting and telling us your size is not actually the ordering of the shirt. That's just for us to get an idea of how many of each size we need to order up front, and obviously for you to vote on the design. The actual payment for the shirt, where you select the actual shirt you're going to get, not the design, but the size of the shirt, is done through the payment screen. And again, your $20 gets you the t-shirt, the inflatables, the DJ, the lunch, as well as the ices. We're going to have like shaved ice out there as well to keep you hydrated and for you to enjoy while you're out there with your friends enjoying field day. Okay, so again, this is how you are going to go ahead and make payment for field day. And then there will be an 8th grade video that we will be showing towards the end of the day on Tuesday. This is after the ceremonies are over. You'll be back in your rooms, and then there'll be a video of 8th grade highlights. So as we've gone throughout the year, we've taken pictures. Students have submitted pictures, and you can still continue to submit pictures if you'd like. And we'd like to include your baby pictures into the video. And so Mrs. Rodriguez is the one who's handling that. And so her email is there. And again, we'll put a link for the submissions of the pictures onto the school website, as well as give you a copy of this PowerPoint so that you can go ahead and go ahead and submit your pictures. Please include your name and ID number and the file name of the picture so we know who it belongs to, because the way that Ms. Rodriguez does it is she takes your baby picture and then she takes your 8th grade yearbook picture and then she shows both. And it's amazing to see how much you've grown. Because again, remember, part of this is the celebration of your moving on to high school, which is really, other than high school to college, one of the last transitions that you're going to have in your lifetime. So again, it's something that we think is something that should be celebrated and kind of recognized. All right. So again, a couple of final thoughts, and then I'll give you an opportunity to ask me questions in the chat box. We want you to all to participate. I want everybody to hear that. We want you all to be promoted. Those are our goals, right? And if you want the same things and we want the same things, hopefully we can make these things happen. Now, not all of you will be eligible and not all of you will be promoted. Again, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm just telling you that there's always, out of a group of 450, there's always some that end up in this situation. Don't be one of these students. There's nothing enjoyable about telling somebody that, unfortunately, because they made a poor decision, that they're not able to participate in the field day, because again, I believe that you're going to really enjoy those last 2 days. And again, once you're promoted on Tuesday, unless you're one of the students that is still needs to do course recovery and is coming to ESY, because you've been promoted on Tuesday, you do not need to attend school on Wednesday, because you will be a promoted middle school student. You'll be ready to go to high school. Okay. So again, don't be one of these students. Don't miss out. We want you to all participate. And basically, I hope that message is loud and clear. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my sharing now. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go through some of the questions. Let's see. Is it possible to attend school just for the promotion ceremony and then leave early? Yes, it is possible. You'd have to make sure you knew which of the sessions you were going into, and then make sure you get here with plenty of time to make sure you're in your setup room, and then you're able to go into the actual ceremony. And then after the ceremony, you could go to the office and have your parents come and pick you up if you didn't feel comfortable staying on campus. When is the payment due? Obviously, the event is May 24th, so we would want to have payments due the Friday before the 24th. So just to kind of give you an idea, let me give you a particular date. So that would be May 21st would be the deadline for the payment for the field day. Okay. What if we don't have our yearbook picture? If you wanted to send us a picture, a current picture, as well as the baby picture, you could send both, and then we would use the current picture as well. The email for the last slide, don't worry about that. There'll be a link on our school's website, and I'll also be posting the PowerPoint, so you'll be able to get it from there as well, okay? Will students have to wear masks during field day outdoor events? Because you're outside, just like we did in PE, we would say that as long as you're keeping social distance, you would not have to wear a mask. Will masks be required for field day and the promotion ceremony? Inside the building, yes, we would have to wear masks. Outside, because it's an outdoor event, we would not, unless we weren't able to space students out. And so, for instance, on the water slides and the inflatables, we're going to have staff at each of those particular items, kind of spacing kids out to try and create that social distancing, because we want to keep everybody safe. If we don't attend the field day, will there be a class and will we still be able to get the t-shirt and attend the promotion ceremony on the 26th? Absolutely. We'll do that student, you can get with me and we'll go ahead and get you the t-shirt without you having to attend field day, but you can absolutely come to the promotion ceremony. It'll be a little bit more challenging in the sense that you won't have done the practice the prior day because that's part of what we're doing on field day. But the bottom line is you're going to have a card. It's going to give you a number and you'll follow the kids in front of you who will practice. So you'll be fine. Do we have to go to field day? No, you do not have to go to field day. I think you'd enjoy it, but I understand if you choose not to, that's perfectly okay. Will MSO students just come to school for first period and follow the rest of the schedule? And also is the promotion ceremony and formal attire wardrobe? Good question. MSO students, you would go to your first period class, even though obviously it's an MSO class, and then we'll have you go to your setup rooms. The setup rooms are the ones that are alpha sorted, and basically the reason that you'll be going to those is that that'll be at that point a mix of MSO face-to-face, because we're ordering you or kind of putting you in order alphabetically for the purposes of the ceremony. And so anytime we're going back to a room, you'll be going back to that same room. So I'm kind of cohorting you, even though it's a new cohort. In terms of the formal attire, it is an event to be celebrated. So we are requesting that for the promotion ceremony, no shorts and no leggings are worn, no jeans. So, we do want it to be something a little bit more of a formal event, but we won't have a requirement that you have to be wearing a tie or you have to be wearing a fancy dress or something along those lines. But we would like you to treat it with the dignity that it deserves, if that makes any sense. What if we don't have a yearbook photo? Again, you can go ahead and send that. I think I answered that already. During the promotion ceremony, your students required to dress formally. Again, we would like you to make it a more formal event, but not necessarily like a shirt and tie or jacket or anything along those lines. Again, I've answered this already, but is field day mandatory? No, it's not. Is it necessary to send a picture? No, it's not. If you don't want to be included in the video, you don't have to. I think I've answered the question. Will the t-shirts be mailed or do we get them on field day? So we will have the shirts here on campus prior to field day so they can be picked up. If you are not able to come pick them up, but you're coming to field day, you will be able to get them that morning. Somebody was asking, can you attend field day but only participate in certain activities? Let's say you didn't want to go on a water slide, you just wanted to kind of hang out, you know, and kind of listen to the music and kind of be quiet. That absolutely you can do that. Addie, I'll send you, I'm going to send out the PowerPoint so you'll get a chance to see the schedule and everything laid out. So no worries there. Final grades from every quarter or just a semester. The final grades are determined by averaging the first semester and the second semester. So that's where your final grades are. If you have a question about grades, email myself or Ms. Druschel. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that was the end of airtime. I'm going to go ahead and post this information. If you have more questions, you can always get with me. Abby, you're asking a question. Can you attend for the promotion practice and then get picked up early if you don't want to go to field day? It depends, obviously, which group you're in. If you're in the first group that does field day first, you would just come a little later for the promotion practice and then show up on Tuesday for the promotion ceremony, or vice versa. If you weren't actually interested in going to the practice and just wanted to come up for the promotion ceremony, absolutely. Again, they're at 8 or 10:15, depending on which group you're in, and you can just attend that if that's what you're comfortable with. Okay. All right, guys. Well, again, I want to put some of this information out there. If you have any questions, please feel free to call the school. The information will be posted as soon as this meeting is over. So I'm going to go ahead and have Ms. McCracken put that information out there for you. Okay. All right, guys. It was so good to have you part of the Zoom. We miss seeing all of you on the daily. And you know, if for those of you who come to field day and the promotion, we'll definitely be looking forward to seeing you. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and end the meeting now, and you all have a great day.